Greetings from Messiah Lutheran Church on Skidaway Island in Savannah, Georgia. Pastor Talsness here with you today with another video. This is a follow-up to our first video, Ministry in a Time of COVID. And in that video, I talked about how the Christian life is three-dimensional. That part of the Christian life is loving God. So we do that in worship and in prayer and in Bible study. And there are other ways, but those are the big ones that come to my mind. And then the other way that Jesus shows us how to love God is that Jesus just didn't pray to God. He just didn't go on a mountain to pray. He spent time with friends, his disciples, people who he shared life with. So we can say fellowship and sharing life. And Jesus wasn't all about just religion or just helping other people. Jesus was about having fun and dining and eating and living with the disciples. The third dimension of the Christian life is out, and that is we see Jesus cares about the lost, the forsaken, the oppressed. And so we might say outreach is something related to out, which is a word that's important to Messiah. That's our outreach team. Acts of mercy, care for the neighbor. Those kinds of things are out. It's not just about us and God and our cozy family. Jesus talks about those who are not in his community. And there are all sorts of ways that Christians have done this over the centuries. But now we live in a time of COVID where all these things assume that you can be within 6 feet of someone. All these things assume that the air is safe to breathe. And so we've really built ministry around closeness. And in a time of a pandemic where we're sheltering in place, we've had to adjust. So how have we adjusted? Well, let's talk about up. Worship is on YouTube. Bible study has gone online. So we have a Wednesday morning men's Bible study and a Sunday morning discipleship hour with Barb and Jim. Those are ways that we're doing up. We've had concert of prayer on Wednesday nights. They typically take the summer off, so those are some things with up. As we look at ministry, where we might be headed, there's no time soon that we're going to be able to all sit in a classroom and do worshipful things related to Christian growth and education and discipleship. So as I look at in the future, I want to try to have more opportunities for engagement and learning. Maybe it's another book club. We have a book club that meets once a month. Maybe we do another one. Maybe I'm offering a class on the small catechism. Not too many people have signed up for it yet. If you'd like, let me know. That starts June 4th. But I feel I can invest some time in helping people grow in their faith if the congregation is at a place where people want to do that. So that is up right now. And we're thankful for technology that makes us able to do this together. Now when we go to in, that is fellowship and sharing life, that too has taken a big hit during the COVID time. We have Stephen ministers who talk to people who are going in a time of transition in our life, and I have to tell you, our Stephen ministers are busy, active, staying connected with people in our community who would like that extra interaction. I think of all our caregivers, only one is not assigned right now, which is so good in this time of stress and hardship that there are some who are benefiting from extra care. So I think about fellowship, though, I'm starting to just picture that parking lot. Is there a way we could gather some evening, people in chairs, and that we have an event where we're able to be together? Maybe it involves music, some laughter, people bringing their own food and drinks, I want to investigate that further. Just a way we can share life together. I've had a couple times in the last month where people have said, I'm in the neighborhood, can we just come out and talk to you in our driveway? And I've really appreciated those talks. Well, could we have something like that here at Messiah, where each family takes every other parking stall and we share life together? That's what I'm wondering about in terms of inn. Maybe I could just stop by your house and talk to you in your driveway. Maybe take a bike or a golf cart and say hello. Finally, there's OUT, which is outreach and acts of mercy. And we have some partners that we've been focusing on during this COVID virus. Number one, the Ronald McDonald House, where we used to every week make a meal for the people on Monday nights. Now those meals are problematic, and the families whose children are being hospitalized always have to have use restaurants. So Messiah has given money toward that, and we're asking you now to consider giving to Ronald McDonald Helps to help those families. So, and then there's the Second Harvest, which during the pandemic has not taken food, but they have asked for financial gifts, and Messiah has given them financial gifts, and we're thankful for the outreach team's leadership on that. But come June, we are going to ask for food again, and the food will be peanut butter. So if you're wondering, how can we help those who might be in need, it would be peanut butter. Protein, solid source. Kids are at home, they haven't been getting lunches at school, so we're going to get as much peanut butter. I would love to see a giant stack of peanut butter in our narthex come June. So these are some things. We don't know when we're going to worship again. The council met the end of May, and at their meeting they said they will be readdressing that question, but pretty much in June we're going to be worshiping on YouTube together. There may be a time, though, in the future when we'll be able to physically gather on Sunday mornings. I'm going to ask for your patience during these times, because worship's going to look differently in an age of COVID. We're not going to be able to do the same things we used to do in the same ways. So in times of stress, we need to rely on our Christian virtues such as respect and patience and humility and gentleness and self-control. People out there are stressed. I'm seeing it on social media. They say things that maybe wouldn't have been so terrible, but now that everyone's stressed, people react, and then that creates other stressful reactions. So I just wanted you to take a deep breath, and in your interactions, either at the church or with other people in public or on social media, just take it down a notch so we can keep people calm. We also, the church, over its 2,000 years history, has always done up, in, and out, but in so many different times and places and contexts that the church has shown how nimble the New Testament is in living out the gospel, that we need to be creative in this time. We need to make room for innovation, to welcome new ideas, given our current realities. So it's an opportunity for us to experiment, to try different ways to do up, in, and out. And I welcome your openness toward that so that we can do that together. So that's all for this video. So be safe, and we'll talk to you again on YouTube. Thank you for listening.